In today's video, when you're going from here to here, when you're taking a bulk or having a lot of body fat and going from here to here, like the champion from one of our Pro Physique challenges, how do you do it? How do you make sure that you are losing body fat without losing all that hard-earned muscle? We're starting right now. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today I got a great question about cutting to lose body fat, but maintain and continue to build muscle. And it's a question I get all the time because most people approach this process in two phases. And we're gonna talk about everything from the mechanics of the nutrition, the mindset, and the duration of how long this should take. But most people approach this, and I get this question all the time. Hey coach, I've spent the last few months cutting, getting body fat off. I'm ready to bulk. How should I approach it? Or, hey, I've spent the last few months or years bulking, now I wanna cut. Most people don't try to do both at the same time, and that is good for one simple reason. They will interfere with each other, okay? Unless you are extremely detailed and extremely consistent, it is best to spend phases with a primary focus. That doesn't mean you completely give up on the other things, and we'll talk about that. And what I mean by that is, when you are cutting to lose body fat, you should absolutely not have a plan that does not include keeping and building muscle throughout that fat loss phase. And likewise, when you are trying to put on muscle, you shouldn't just completely abandon the idea of maintaining a good body fat, because a decent body fat level, a good body fat level is going to improve your ability to add muscle. Body fat is inflammatory, meaning it can cause some problems. So you don't want it to get too high. So here's the question that I got directly from Instagram. And if you guys want to send me questions, comment below, go to my Instagram and I'll answer from there. I'm currently bulking, about to start my cut, and I don't want to lose muscle when I lose fat. I did a full year bulk. So 12 months. He went from 150 to 220. That is a bulk. 70 pounds. That's almost 50% of his body weight. That's probably like 45% of his body weight gained. This man has a whole new wardrobe. This man is hitting PRs on the daily, but this man has also probably increased his waist size multiple inches, right? So we're talking about a significant amount of body fat. Now, the reason I know that is because this guy's 5'10". And at 5'10", 220 pounds, you are like pro IFBB weight and height, but unless you look like that, you know, there's a significant amount of body fat there. I don't have any pictures to back it up. He's a handsome dude. He looks like a young guy. So, you know, I think especially when we're young, I know I went through these phases where I was like, you know what? Let me just eat it all, lift it all, get strong. Every time you hit the gym, you're putting plates on the bar. Every time you go to eat, you're asking for seconds. It's a fun time. It's a fun place to be. And honestly, like, it's about as anabolic as you can be, as long as you don't mind putting on a little bit of body fat. And listen, I'm 6'3". I got up to over 250 pounds at one point when I was trying to be the most anabolic I could be. And not for nothing, it's kind of fun to be 6'3", 250 pounds walking around. People look at you different, right? And I think for the same thing for this guy. This guy's 5'10", 220 pounds. I mean, that's a, you know, NFL fullback linebacker size. Like, that's a big boy. So, you know, that's a fun place to be. And we all got to try it out at times to see if it's for us. I know I did. So he lifts heavy during this period and he didn't do any cardio. What's the best way to start the cut? And I'm going to give you some simple numbers right out the bat. And then we're going to talk about mindset. So let's talk about diet. Where should your calories be? Okay. So if we're starting a diet right now, and I don't know anything else about you, you haven't been tracking, you've just been overeating, I would say start the diet at your calories at 15 times your body weight. That to me is about the baseline for where most people are going to significantly be able to lose body fat if they have too much. It's a really good place to maintain our weight, right? So at 220 pounds, 15 times body weight, that would put your calories here. That would put your calories here at 3,300 calories. Now, the next thing I would do is I would set your protein to about your goal weight. I'm going to say your goal weight is going to be about 180 to 190 pounds. Let's go on the high end, and let's just say you're cutting down 30 pounds. You want to be about 190 grams of protein per day. So if you hit about 190 grams of protein per day, that's going to give you about 760 of those calories. The next thing I would do is I would say, let's take 25% of your total calories to come from fat. Fat is going to be what produces hormones. It helps digestion. It also really helps with food variety. It starts the string of hormones that we're going to be creating. And for men, most notably testosterone. So you keep those fats in a really good place. 25% of your total calories at this range, actually comes out to about 825 of your calories. So that's about 91 or 92 calories based on the math that there is 9 calories per gram of fat. So we've got now a lot of fat. That is a nice, healthy amount of fat. You are going to be able to eat a wide variety of foods at 3,300 calories. But I will say, like, you do have to keep yourself in check, especially with the sources of food that you eat. So it's just about creating some accountability. At 15 times your body weight, you are now at 180 to 190 grams of protein. I would say, between 80 and 100 grams of fat per day. Now that our needs have been met for protein to be as anabolic as possible, and our needs have been met for fat, for hormone production, for digestion, for all the good things that fats do for us, that leaves us about 1,700 calories left over for carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates are one of the things that are probably the most misunderstood when it comes to the value in continuing to keep and build muscle throughout a fat loss phase. They're also the macronutrient that's going to have the most variation. While I will continue to bring fats down through a diet, when they're 25% of your total calories, they're going to come down slowly, right? 5 to 10 grams at a time when we make adjustments. However, carbohydrates can come down 50, 100 grams of carbohydrates per adjustment, right? And we're going to be starting with about 430 grams of carbohydrates a day at 3,300 calories. These are going to be some pretty significant meals that are going to keep you fueled. But I think when you go from a phase where you're bulking and likely just, I'm assuming with the term bulking, you're just eating things like, pizzas and burgers and things like that, where you're getting, upwards of 2,000 calories per meal sometimes. You may have had days where you were eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories. So dropping your calories and controlling them at 3,300 a day would be where I would start for you to ensure you're not losing muscle. I would also start, and you guys know what I'm going to say next, with some cardio. Cardio being probably one of the most misunderstood things when it comes to weightlifting, especially when I got into lifting. It was a bad word. I was like you. When I wanted to get up to 250 pounds, I went to the gym. I lifted heavy. I came home, I ate, I went to bed. I sat at my desk all day. I put on a lot of body fat during that period. I got really strong, but I didn't need to put on that much body fat to do that. So what I prefer is low intensity, steady state cardio that's not going to interfere with my performance in the gym. If your aim is to continue to build muscle, you don't want to mess with that aspect of training. You don't want to become cardio focused. However, there is a component of cardiovascular health that will make you better at lifting. I can tell you at this point in my life, walking every day makes me a better bodybuilder. It makes me better equipped to be able to lift weights, to recover better. I sleep better. And I think that my body fat being lower versus higher, yeah, there are some compromises to my strength, but we're talking about absolute strength, right? My bench press, my numbers might be absolutely lower, but they might be relatively higher, meaning based on my weight to how much weight I lift, I actually lift a little bit heavier. So when I dropped the ego and said, hey, I don't really care if I bench press 400 pounds anymore. And yes, I have bench pressed 400 pounds. Yes, I have bench pressed the 150 pound dumbbells for multiple reps. I don't do that anymore, but I can still bench 300 pounds and I can still do the 125 pound dumbbells for reps, right? But I'm also 30, 40, 50 pounds leaner. Today I woke up about 204 pounds. I'm at or below 10% body fat, depending on the day. And I feel good about that. I feel strong. Obviously, I'm not going to lift as much as I was before. And this is where the mindset has to come in for you. Understanding that there might be a drop in some of your lifts. There are some things that body fat provide, leverages, that as you get leaner, you are going to kind of negate. However, that is not the same thing as muscle loss. And I think this is something that a lot of guys suffer with, and myself included. I used to think, well, I'm lifting less, it's because I have less muscle. That is not the case. You can build muscle while your strength is absolutely the same or even declining, because building muscle is the process of continually beating your muscles up, tearing it down, letting it come back and recover. It's not always going to be represented by putting more weight on the bar. Those micrograms of muscle that we're adding over weeks, months, and years, eventually you will be able to handle more volume, more weight, but it's not always going to be represented in the short term. And so for most of my male clients that are interested in fat loss and muscle building, we go through a phase of fat loss where you start to lose some body fat and you're not as strong as you were. And there's like this slight panic of, coach, like, I don't look how I want to look, yet my strength is starting to decline. Am I losing muscle? Be aware that losing muscle is very, challenging. Your body works very hard to put muscle on. It also protects that muscle. You need to severely undereat to atrophy muscle. You also need to undertrain. You need to not stimulate the muscle. It's very easy to keep muscle once you have it. It can be challenging to add it, but that changes your DNA forever. So just something to consider on the days where you feel weak, you feel tired. Sometimes that's the caloric deficit. Sometimes that's fatigue. Maybe you just haven't gotten enough sleep or recovery and you're having an off day. Don't let that spiral you into thinking, hey, I'm losing muscle. This is where we're going to have to get to now. So now that we've kind of established the mindset and kind of where you want to start, I would start with 5 days a week of 30 minutes walking. Now you can start by walking outside if you're having 0 steps per day. You know, the 5,000 to 8,000 steps a day is kind of my baseline for my clients. But, you know, if you can get on a treadmill and walk for 30 minutes on an incline, break a sweat, I'm telling you, that is just going to be great for things like inflammation. It's going to be great for things like mindset. Heck, it's even great for controlling blood sugar, right? It just helps your digestion. You know, Stan Efferding quite often talks about, you know, taking a walk after each meal because it helps clear the bloodstream of things that are going to make you feel hungry. It's going to improve your digestion. So movement in the form of low intensity, steady state cardio, which some of you are thinking like, that doesn't sound very challenging at all. It doesn't have to be challenging to be effective. I walk every day. That's the only cardio that I do. I go to the gym and lift weights 5 days a week. But for me, what keeps my body fat in check is absolutely my walking schedule, along with my ability to, you know, be accountable to my nutrition. I do have a free calculator. If you guys want all that information I gave you, you just want to be able to click a button and it give you some information. But for the general rule of thumb, if you've been bulking for a while, start at 15 times your body weight in calories and then decrease from there. Okay. So my first adjustment, let's say this person is doing, you know, 5 days of cardio at 30 minutes and they've dropped their calories down to 3,300. I'm probably going to drop their calories down to 3,050. Probably going to drop their calories by 250, probably add 5 to 10 minutes to each cardio session. And, you know, we would do that over the course of a couple months because what's going to happen is you're going to lose weight for a while, then you're going to stick. And then we're going to make an adjustment. Then you're going to lose weight for a while, then you're going to stick. Now, how far you want to take that, that's up to you. There is more nuance the closer you get to 12% body fat and below. Right now, for me, at 10% body fat and below, it's not just about, hey, let's just add more cardio and take more food away. There are nuances, such things as like refeeds, higher carb refeed days because my carbs get low some days. And there are things like diet breaks where we take recovery phases. There are things like deloads from training, deloads from cardio. So there is a bit of a nuance when it comes to getting like shredded, which I'm in the process of doing now. And if you guys would like, I can document a little bit more of that. I've been doing it on my shorts, but on this piece of the channel, I do plan to diet down and do a photo shoot and compete. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll document some more of that stuff here. But yeah, the goal to build muscle in a bulk should not change in a cut. Your training should remain very similar. Your nutrition should still be a big priority. You just want to create these caloric deficits that allow you to successfully lose body fat without impacting your performance. And I will say this, you might not even feel like you're in a deficit for the first few months. I don't really feel, when I was 250 pounds, I didn't really feel like I was in a deficit till I got closer to 210, 215. And then I would have some days where I was a little bit hungry. And then when I get to 205, there are more days where I'm hungry. And now I get to this phase where I'm, you know, going to be getting shredded. I'm pretty hungry between meals, right? It's pretty significant. And my body lets me know like, hey, you need it. And I'll also notice like my temper will get shorter if I don't eat for long periods of time. My energy will dip throughout the day. But, you know, there are pros and cons to all these phases. So when it comes to you losing body fat without the muscle, give yourself time. You know, you want to lose about, the rate is about 1 to 1.5% of your body weight per week. So let's talk about that at 220 pounds. Probably the first couple weeks, months, aim to lose between 1.5 and 3 pounds per week because you're significantly above where your body fat should be. But as you get closer to that 200 mark, that 190 mark, you might only be losing 1 to 1.5 pounds per week. And there might even be some weeks where it feels like you're not even losing that much, but the inches come off, right? Your measurements, your pictures look better. Trust that. When I'm measuring my client success, when they check in with me on my portal, I look at their pictures, their measurements. I also look at their weight for sure, but I also take into consideration what was their sleep like, what was their stress like, how was their adherence this week. I have a whole list of markers that I'm looking at to determine, are we actually getting leaner it's not just about the number on the scale. And that's another thing that men can really have trouble focusing on, is seeing that number go down. Listen, it hurts my soul when I see my weight go below 200 pounds. But that for me is where I look absolutely shredded. When I get below 200 pounds, I know, okay, now it's go time. Now I look the part. I won't look the part to you. I won't look the part to my friends. They're like, dude, you're getting too skinny. But when you step out on a bodybuilding stage, or you want to do a photo shoot at near 5% body fat, you got to look a little bit off to the people around you. But I don't know if that's how far you want to take it, right? So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Hopefully that answers this, and hope you have a great start to your cut, my friend.